Welcome to Washington, D.C., where EA Sports presents the fourth game of the Western Quarterfinal between the Buffalo Sabres and the Washington Capitals.
Nice to have you with us. This is Jim Houston.
And I'm Darryl Ray.
Let's drop the puck. And here are the goaltenders for this game. Kolzig goes head-to-head against Hasek. Tinordi passes across to the net. His pass intercepted by Pekka. The puck's knocked loose by Pekka. Towards the net. To Pekka. To Sanderson, to Bondra. McKee runs over Bondra. To Wilson. The Capitals change up their lines. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. His pass intercepted by Witt. Shatan passes it across. To the net. To Shatan. He took the shot. Passes it across to Mironov. McKee turns it over. Buffalo leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. McKee gets hit. Pivonka to Zednik. Witt shoots! Wilson gets the puck to Pekka. Moves in. Shatan to the net. Witt fakes the shot. Sveikovsky passes over to the wing. Mironov then shot it. Interception. Pekka passes across. Buffalo looks exhausted out there. Shatan hits him. Shatan to the net. The Sabres win the faceoff. Belted and knocked down by Gonchar. Gonchar into the middle. Gonchar flattened by Ward. The Buffalo Sabres 0, the Capitals 0. Johansson chips it ahead to Konowalchuk. To the net. .4:03 into the first period. Washington should be making a line change soon. Washington has a fresh line on the ice. To Cruz. Bellows shoved by Cruz into the corner. Zhitnik into the corner. Zhitnik to Nickel. Tinordi moves it over to the wing. Great hit by Cruz. To Zhitnik. Bellows passes into the middle. Tikkanen drops his gloves. Cruz gets the first punch in. Cruz surprised him with that punch. This bout has been completely dominated by Cruz. And again! Cruz turning this into a carnival sideshow. Cruz gets a hold of his jersey. Cruz moves towards Tikkanen. Oh, that was ugly. Tikkanen will have 5 minutes to think about that scrap, as will Cruz.
Washington penalty to number 11, Esa Tikkanen.
A 5-minute major for fighting. Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz. A 5-minute major for fighting.
The Washington Capitals win the faceoff. The Sabres will change on the fly. Moves in. Sanderson to the net. Witt starts out. It's still tied 0-0. Towards the net. The net's off. The Capitals win the faceoff. To Shannon. 4:20 left in the period. To Johansson. Both teams are passing well in this game. To Johansson. Buffalo touches the puck for icing. Buffalo should be making a line change soon.
Lace them up tight and strap it on good when this guy's on the ice.
To the net. To Sanderson. The glass was shattered with that hit. Buffalo has a fresh line on the ice. Back to Mironov, who blasted it from the slot. To Holland. Holland starts out, has the puck on a string. Holland to the net. Intercepted. To the net. Mironov to Juno. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. A delayed call against Holland. Penalty called for cross-checking.
Buffalo penalty to number 46, Jason Holland. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
The ref gets ready to drop the puck. The Capitals win the faceoff.
Oh, is that a big save for this penalty-killing unit?
1:50 left in the power play. Just 2 minutes left in the penalty to the Washington Capitals. Washington should be making a line change soon. To Sveikovsky. Interception. Nickel starts out. The Sabres change up their lines. Kolzig holds on to it. The puck is dropped. The Buffalo Sabres win the faceoff. Washington should be making a line change soon. Shannon to Nickel. To Bondra. Bondra breaks out. To Zednik.
Last minute of play in the first period.
Shannon clears the puck out of his own zone. Gonchar passes ahead. Zednik gets the puck to Oates. Gonchar to Kolzig. Gonchar moves it ahead. He's flattened by Shannon. Holland comes out of the box as his penalty comes to an end. Shatan scores.
Let's take another look at what happened. The puck gets moved across the blue line by Shatan. He let a wrist shot go, and it found a home in the back of the net.
They move into position for the faceoff.
Buffalo goal, scored by number 81, Miroslav Shatan.
Moves in to the net. After one period, Buffalo is ahead 1-0.
Fans, don't forget to buy a raffle ticket between periods. 50 cents from each ticket goes to charity.
Welcome back for the second period of today's game on NHL 99.
Fans, if you're looking for great NHL memorabilia, don't forget to drop by the souvenir shop on the lower concourse.
The puck is dropped. Tenorti up to Oates. Oates into the slot. Brown winds up. Pekka moves it on. Shatan moves it over to the wing. Kolzig holds on to it. Washington has really passed the puck well in this game. The puck's knocked loose by Burridge. Nader over to the wing. Nader moves in, and a shot right on. He's flattened by Burridge. Kolzig covers up the puck for the faceoff. Nickel gets possession off the draw. Shannon winds up. Shitnik moves it into the middle to Cruz. All by himself on the breakaway. Tikkanen squares off against Cruz. Tikkanen drops his gloves. Cruz gets things started. Tikkanen being pummeled mercilessly by Cruz.
Every scrap has two sides. Only one side inflicted damage in that fight.
Cruz goes after him with a haymaker. Tikkanen will get 5 minutes for that little show of affection. So will Cruz.
Washington penalty to number 11, Esa Tikkanen, a 5-minute major for fighting. Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz, a 5-minute major for fighting.
Sanderson over to the wing. Sanderson passes it across. Shatan jars the puck loose. To center. To Pekka. Washington should be making a line change soon. That's icing against Buffalo. Washington has a fresh line on the ice. Buffalo hanging. Bondra scores!
They abandoned their goalie on that one, and it wasn't the first time.
Hunter gets to the circle. He'll face off against Nickel.
Washington goal, scored by number 12, Peter Bondra.
The teams are deadlocked. The pass was intercepted. Kolzig covers up the puck for the faceoff. Oates gets possession off the draw. Juno starts out. Buffalo 1, Capitals 1. Short pass to Brown. Wilson clears the puck. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. To Tenorti. Kolzig passes across. Shatan intercepted it. The Capitals change up their lines. Pekka turns it over. The Capitals will change on the fly. Buffalo has a breakaway! Johansson passes ahead. 4:42 into the second period. Gonchar winds up. Sveikovsky hits him. To Zednik. To Sveikovsky. Hasek grabs it with a big trapper. To Odette. It's tied. 1-1. The Sabres change up their lines. Nickel then blasted it. Washington should be making a line change soon. Pivonka dumps it in for the line change. He's flattened by Zednik. Brown shoots to Nickel. To Nicolishin. Short pass to McKee. Chips it ahead to Nickel. Odette out of his own zone. Odette gets a breakaway! Buffalo should be making a line change soon. 3:39 left in the period. To Wilson. Wilson ahead to Shatan. It's 1-1. To Bellows. Nickel moves it into the middle. To Nicolishin. Washington should be making a line change soon. Wilson turns it over. To Konowalchuk. Hasek covers up the puck. Washington has fresh legs on the ice. Witt comes in offside. Buffalo has fresh legs on the ice. Hunter then passed it. Johansson fired it from the slot. Johansson flattened by Plant. Moves in towards the net. Kolzig made the glove save. To Goncher. 1:58 left in the period. The Capitals start changing on the go. Zhitnik passes over to the wing. Ward has a breakaway. Kolzig gets the puck to Miller. Towards the net. To Ray. Kolzig hangs onto the puck. The Sabres win the faceoff. Witt moves it ahead.
Last minute of play in the second period.
Under 1 minute to go. Washington leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. Buffalo needs to get a fresh line out there. Cruz could be biting off more than he can chew. Tikkanen drops his gloves. Cruz surprised him with that punch. And again! Tikkanen being pummeled mercilessly by Cruz.
Easy breakdown in that one. A puncher and a punchy.
And it's a decisive win for Cruz.
Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz. A 5-minute major for fighting.
Oates settles in for the faceoff. He'll face off against Nickel. Zednik to center. To Bondra. To Oates. To Oates. Washington should be making a line change soon. Bondra passes across. To Oates. Bondra passes it back. Zednik scores on the power play. Cruz will stay in the penalty box after that goal because he's serving a major.
He's probably thinking, hey fellas, how's about a little support here?
They move into position for the faceoff.
Washington goal scored on the power play by number 44, Richard Zednik. Assisted by number 12, Peter Bondra, and number 77, Adam Oates.
After 2 periods, Washington is ahead 2-1. Welcome back for the third period of today's game on NHL 99. The Capitals win the faceoff. Juno to the net, who took the shot. To Nicolishin. To Nicolishin. To Wilson. Nicolishin knocks down Wilson. Juno gets the puck to Nicolishin. Shatan cleared the puck. Washington should be making a line change soon. Pekka winds up.
You never know when a save is needed.
The blocker save was made by Kolzig. To Juno. Juno races in alone. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Washington clinging to the lead right now. Pekka gets a breakaway. Takes the shot. Wow! Tenorti gets the puck to Sveikovsky. Shatan jars the puck loose. The Sabres will change on the fly. To the net. Shatan passes across. Juno starts out. The Sabres change up their lines. To Shen. To the net. To Tenorti. Washington has a very tired line out on the ice right now. Moves in. Shoots! And a great save by Hasek. To Nickel. To center. Nickel gets a breakaway! At the blue line to Juno. That's icing. The puck will go back to the other end. Oates gets to the circle. He'll face off against Nickel. Washington has fresh legs on the ice. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Bondra out of his own zone. He's got a breakaway! Shoots! Zednik scores! Cruz will stay in the penalty box after that goal because he's serving a major. Oates gets to the circle. He'll face off against Pekka.
Washington goal scored on the power play by number 44, Richard Zednik, assisted by number 12, Peter Bondra.
Oates then passed it to Bondra. Washington is ahead by 2 goals. Oates turns it over. Oates passes across to Bondra. To Wilson. Buffalo returns to full strength as the penalty expires. Goncher pass to Oates. Washington having success at both ends of the rink in this game. Belted to the ice by Zednik. Zednik passes into the slot. 5:12 left in the game. Buffalo beats out the icing call. Belted and knocked to the ice by Cruz. Cruz to the net. The Capitals 3, the Sabres 1. Hasek moves it on to Shatan. Washington comes in offside. Washington has a fresh line on the ice. Konowalchuk passes it across. Holland moves it ahead. Burridge starts out all by himself on the breakaway. Ward then blasted it. Moves in. Hunter fakes the shot. Plant to his own zone. 3:38 left in the game. The goalie leaves the net on the delayed penalty call. Kolzig stopped it. Washington gets called for hooking.
Washington penalty to number 32, Dale Hunter, 2 minutes for hooking.
Pivonka gets to the circle. He'll face off against Nickel. Buffalo will have to have another player take the face-off. Pivonka gets to the circle. He'll face off against Audette. Washington should be making a line change soon. Shannon over to the wing. Shannon moves in. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Washington looks to be in control of this game. Kolzig saves! To Brown. The pass is intercepted by Audette. Nickel hits him. Towards the net. Buffalo will have to have another player take the faceoff. They move into position for the faceoff. The Capitals win the faceoff. To Bondra. Washington leads by 2. To Wilson. Over to McKee. Just 2 minutes to go in the game. Bondra then cleared it down the ice. Washington has a very tired line out on the ice right now. Here we go again. The Capitals win the faceoff. Buffalo races in alone to the net. Hunter comes out of the box as his penalty comes to an end. Buffalo leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. Capitals 3, the Buffalo Sabres 1. These two are going to go. Hunter drops his gloves. Cruz gets things started, and again, and again! This has got to be more than a little embarrassing for Hunter. Lights out, baby, lights out! Cruz puts an end to the fight with that shot. Penalty called!
Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz. A 5-minute major for fighting.
Penalty against the Capitals for roughing.
Washington penalty to number 32, Dale Hunter, 2 minutes for roughing.
Rasmussen gets thrown out of the faceoff circle. Here we go again. Buffalo has a fresh line on the ice.
Last minute of play in the 3rd period.
To McKee. He shoots! To Wilson. Great hit! To Zednik. The Capitals will change on the fly. Washington needs to get a fresh line out there. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. To Goncher. We have an injured player. Buffalo will have to have another player take the faceoff. The ref gets ready to drop the puck. That's it! This one is over! The Capitals have beaten Buffalo!